Hi, good morning, everyone. I hope you had a great weekend. Well, today I want to talk about yoga. I want to talk about meditation. I want to talk about the fact that we have this wisdom in our country for the longest time. And as we keep looking at the West and we keep looking at Western influences, I have nothing against the West. There are great things that we learn from them. But I can never understand the fact why people from the West have to come to our country and take our wisdom. It's great, our wisdom is for sharing. But the point is, while the West has started doing so much of yoga and thrown themselves into meditation, in our own country, we find ourselves still stuck in all the Western influences, chasing things which have short-term goals and results and quick fixes, whereas we can be using yoga like a medicine. Yoga itself is a complete system, but most people today have the wrong understanding of exactly what yoga is. So then you have the birth of fads or fad versions of yoga, like you have power yoga where they make you do asanas at a fast speed so that you break out into a sweat and then you think, wow, I worked out, I feel good, that's a workout. That's not yoga. And then you have beer yoga and you have goat yoga and you have paddleboard yoga and all of these things, which are just extended versions of distorting what yoga truly is. When you look at yoga, it's not exercise alone. When you look at meditation, it's not just mental exercise alone. Yoga is a complete system. It's about you, it's about yourself, and it's about the world around you. It's a way of life. When you do yoga, it prepares you to face the world. It prepares you to exist in the world, to go through all of your problems in a healthy way. It looks at your physical health, it looks at your mental health, your emotional, your spiritual, and your intellectual self. That's what yoga is all about. It works on the principle of unite, connect, and integrate. Unite, connect, and integrate the mind, the body, you and yourself, you and the world around you, you and your colleagues, you and relationships. All of this put together is yoga. It's an ancient system of wellness. And today we just think it's that 1 hour class that we need to mark on our, on our to-do list. Okay, 1 hour yoga done. And then we start making, pulling asanas out of yoga and trying to do certain asanas and push our bodies through it so that we have that picture for Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, and all of a sudden yoga has become a fad. And it doesn't work. When you do yoga the right way, it changes you. It evolves you as a person, not just physically, but also mentally and emotionally and spiritually and intellectually as well. That's the beauty of a holistic system. But in our world, we take out bits that we can, market, we can make money out of it, and then we drive all these crazy classes to attract people. So somewhere in the West, they came up with beer yoga, where people hold bottles of beer, they sip on beer while doing yoga. That's not yoga, that's stupidity. That's like humiliating the essence of yoga. Well, people are free to do what they want. And then you have goat yoga where you're doing yoga amongst goats, and it just doesn't make sense. Yoga is something which is very personal to you. The original form of yoga was such that you had a yoga therapist who assesses your body, who will make you do certain positions to assess your flexibility, your body, sit with you, discuss your eating habits, your mind holistically, address you, and then give you a practice where they'll teach you to practice for maybe 3 or 4 classes, and then as a student you're expected to continue with that practice on your own for 2 to 3 months, and then revisit your yoga therapist where they'll assess you and give you a new practice. But today it's a business. Everyone wants to do yoga for the sake of doing it. That's great. I'm happy if people are doing yoga, but because at least it's getting some movement into their life. Otherwise, we're just too sedentary all the time, and that's a huge issue. So if you're doing yoga, that's great. But when you start doing yoga the right way, it teaches you to live as a person. It teaches you to respect one another, to value one another. It teaches you how to steady your mind. So when we break yoga, again, I'm going to talk about the 3 principles, which is unite, connect, and integrate. You can't have the best yoga practice and be eating junk food and crap. You got to integrate what you do, your practice, with the kind of food that you eat. You got to connect your practice with the way that you sit at work, your posture, what you learn in your class. You got to integrate the way you breathe during your yoga class, the way you breathe when you're in meetings, when you're in arguments, when you're living life. There's no point in doing a 1 hour yoga class and not applying the principles of yoga in your daily life. The same way, there's no point of, doing a 1 hour workout and not applying the principles of your workout, which includes posture, flexibility, standing with your back straight, sitting with your back straight, the right way. All these workouts are just to-do lists, and we go on thinking that, hey, we're machines, we have a to-do list, something's working well in us. But like I said, you're missing the three basic words: connect, integrate, and unite. When you do this, you align with nature, you align with the harmony of the human body, and that's when things go away. That's when stress starts automatically getting better for you. You don't get rid of your problems, but you change your attitude towards them and your perspective. But you can force yourself to meditate for 3 hours or 4 hours or 5 hours in a day, and it won't change a thing in your life unless you start doing it the right way. So when you break down yoga, you have asanas, which are positions, and you gently move into these positions with practice. The purpose of an asana is to steady your mind, coordinate your breath with every movement. Not forcing yourself in movement so that it looks good on your Instagram picture, not forcing yourself into movement so that you get injured. I can't tell you how many people get injured after doing yoga. Yoga is not supposed to injure you. Yoga is supposed to heal you if you have injury as well. It's supposed to make you strong and flexible and integrate your mind and your body. But people get injured because they use it as a fad to push themselves into certain asanas. So asanas are nothing but postures that improve your physical and your mental health. And while getting into these postures, it requires concentration and it requires you to steady your mind. Now this leads you to the next step, which is pranayama. So you've worked on the physical part of your body, now you work on your breathing. Everything revolves around your breath and breathing, which is your prana. Prana is your vital life force. Trillions of cells in the human body require the right amount of oxygen, which is prana, to reach all of these cells. When there's a block in your prana, you have disease, you have toxic accumulation, your mind can't function the right way. But when all these blocks are removed, your prana, which is oxygen, flows to all these trillion cells in your body, which is why when you finish doing asanas, why do you feel so good, light? Why does your mind feel so energized? Because these movements open all these blocks and it allows the prana to flow through your body. So you have pranayama, you have your asanas, which prepares you for your physical and mental part of your body. Then you move into pranayama, which trains you to breathe, which trains your lungs to utilize oxygen the right way. And from pranayama, you move into meditation. So you see, this is a series. Yoga prepares you to reach the ultimate, which is meditation. And then you have people who say, oh, I can't silence my mind, I'm too restless. Your job is not to silence your mind. Your job in meditation is not to silence your mind. That will automatically happen when you keep focusing on your breath. So you keep focusing on your breath, you let all the thoughts keep coming up, keep coming down. The more you push them down, the more they'll keep coming up. You let them pass, you let them pass. After a while, you'll find that the thoughts get lesser and lesser, and that's when your meditation has actually started. You're in this frame of mind which has very, very few thoughts. And as the thoughts keep coming, you bring your attention back to your breath. You bring your attention back to the breath. So it's so much easier to meditate when you go through the asanas, when you go through the pranayama, which prepares you for the ultimate. So there are stages in yoga that prepares you for the ultimate, which is called meditation. Now, sometimes we may not have the time to go through the asanas and pranayama, and then we just sit down to meditate where you focus on your breath. That's great for you as well. But if you can build it into a routine of moving from your postures to your pranayama and to your breath work into your meditation, that's the perfect way that it is. A lot of people think that yoga is an alternative to physical exercise. It isn't. Although it physically moves you, we need to understand that physical exercise trains your body and exercises your body. But what yoga does is, it's completely different. The postures help you to steady your mind. To get yourself into a posture and hold your posture requires physical strength, which comes through practice. But it steadies your mind because you need concentration to stay in a position. Try a headstand and you'll find that you need more concentration, more than your physical strength, to stay in balance and stay in a headstand. Try the same with a handstand. So you see, it's working on your mind and it's working on the physical part of yourself as well when you do it the right way. Yoga is meant to be done in a slow manner, because when you do it in a fast manner, you cannot steady the mind and you cannot coordinate the breath with your movement. So traditional, which is the real yoga, there are many schools of yoga, but where you're to talk about the traditional school of yoga, is slow, it is gentle, it doesn't push you into asanas. It trains you into eventually getting into an asana combined with your pranayama and meditation. And this builds your life holistically. So yes, we all know the health benefits, from diabetes to cholesterol to heart to everything when it comes to yoga. But again, it talks about integrate, unite, and connect. You can do all the yoga you want in the world, but if you're not eating the right way, you're not sleeping the right way, you're constantly stressed, it's not going to work. So like any holistic system of wellness and medicine, it looks at you as a whole. Your mind, what's happening in your mind, what's happening in your heart, what's happening in the physical part of your body, what's happening on your spiritual part. You integrate all of these together and you get into this perfect system of prevention, healing, and well-being. That's how what yoga is. It's a way of life. It's living, it's being present in the present. It's as simple as that. And it's all about acceptance and letting go. You can't do an asana today, you let go, you accept it. You keep practicing. Eventually you reach that asana. And that's what life is all about. We keep accepting, we keep letting go. We keep accepting, we keep letting go. And all the stress that accumulates, all this anxiety and worry is only because we have not mastered the habit or the ability of being able to accept and let go. Like I tell everyone, think of any problem that you have right now. Think of 3 problems that you have. If you can tag each of these problems with the word accept or let go from your heart. It doesn't mean you accept something and you have this residual feeling of anger or unforgiveness in you. It's complete acceptance or complete letting go. And you'll find that that stressor no longer is a stressor. And all of us have to go through life at some point, accepting and letting go, because if we don't, we're trying to be in control. And when we're trying to be in control, that's where all the stress, worry, anxiety, and disease starts from. Trying to be in control because no one controls anything, absolutely anything. Nothing is in control except our choices, the ability to choose, and the ability to accept and let go. So it's easy for me to sit here and tell you acceptance and letting go is easy. It's the most difficult thing for everyone, including myself. But the more you practice yoga, the more you meditate, the more you focus on your breathing, the more you look inside and you get the strength to accept certain things and to let go of certain things. And when you achieve that, no one can take away your peace of mind. No one can rob you of your peace of mind. And that is the most important thing when it comes to holistic wellness. So look at your yoga practice, assess it. Sometimes you have a problem, speak to a yoga therapist who can assess you. Problems like sciatica, joint problems, back problems, diabetes, thyroid, all of these things. It requires lifestyle to heal you. It doesn't just require a pill. I'm not saying yoga is a replacement for allopathy or conventional medicine. Absolutely not. I'm trying to tell you that when you do it the right way, you can prevent and you can possibly heal conditions that people say that you can never heal in your lifetime. But when you integrate, connect, unite the power of the body, the mind, the intelligence of the human body, everything tends to get better because the human body was designed to heal you. But you see, today all the problems start in our mind and manifest into the human body. And that's the biggest issue that we have. So if we do yoga, we want to start doing it the right way. We want to understand what we do. It's like people jump into CrossFit thinking that CrossFit is exercise. They don't understand that CrossFit is a sport. And to do a sport, you got to be at a certain level of physical fitness. But people use CrossFit to get healthier, to lose weight. No, CrossFit is a sport. You do an exercise to prepare you for a sport. The same way with yoga. We got to start using more common sense and more logic, choosing the things that are sold to us by media and portrayed to us in a different way that can actually destroy our health. So you look at yoga as a holistic system of wellness. There is so much of depth and wisdom in it. Choose your path, choose what you want, but do it the right way if you want to feel the benefits of real yoga and meditation. You got to make it a part of your lifestyle. I can't tell you how many patients we have across the world, and on every prescription, I have to write yoga because it finds its place in that patient or that client's healing at some point. And it has innumerable results. Have a great day, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, and breathe deep.